Good morning. My name is Joseph Galante, and I am the chairperson for the School of Medicine faculty. The 2023 commencement of the School of Medicine at the University of California, Davis is now assembled.
Good morning. Please take your seats on stage. My name is Mark Service. I am the Vice Dean for Medical Education in the School of Medicine. I would like to welcome you to the commencement for the class of 2023 for the UC Davis School of Medicine. First, I'd like to ask you to pause and reflect as we acknowledge the land that we are on. This ceremony is being held in the Mondavi Center on the Davis campus, which sits on Patwin lands. You're about to watch a video that was recorded in the Native American Contemplative Garden, which is a short walk from here and where you're sitting now. Let's watch the video.
We should take a moment to acknowledge the land on which we are gathered. For thousands of years, this land has been the home of Patwin people. Today, there are 3 federally recognized Patwin tribes: Kachil Dihi Band of Wintun Indians of the Calusa Indian Community, Quetzal Dihi Wintun Nation, and Yochadehi Wintun Nation. The Patwin people have remained committed to the stewardship of this land over many centuries. It has been cherished and protected as elders have instructed the young through generations. We are honored and grateful to be here today on their traditional homelands.
So at this time, I would like to introduce the stage party members. Beginning on my immediate left, in the first row, Dr. Joseph Galante, Chairperson for the Faculty Senate. Dr. Sharad Jain, Associate Dean for Students. Much beloved. Dr. Susan Murin, our Interim Dean for the School of Medicine. Dr. Gary May, Chancellor for UC Davis. Dr. Ruth Shim, Associate Dean of Diverse and Inclusive Education. Dr. Henry Tan, Associate Vice Chancellor for Health Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, and our keynote speaker for today. Seated in the second row on my immediate left are Dr. Shubha Ananthakrishnan, who is an academic coach for our students. Dr. Mark Henderson, Associate Dean of Admissions. Dr. J.P. Delplanque, Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies. Attorney Kevin Johnson, Dean of the School of Law. Dr. Lauren Lindstrom, Dean of the School of Education. And Dr. Rao Unnava, Dean of the Graduate School of Management. Additionally, I would like to mention Dr. Fernando Santana, Interim Vice Dean for Basic Sciences, our bell ringer who you met earlier. Faculty in the School of Medicine play critical and important roles in the support of our education mission. Medical education is a team sport. Faculty provide continuous education, mentorship, direction, and inspiration to our students and to our staff. Many of these faculty members are present this morning. Faculty, please stand to be recognized. I would now like to introduce someone who provides extraordinary leadership at UC Davis School of Medicine, our Interim Dean, Dr. Susan Murin. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Murin.
Thank you, Dr. Service. I'm honored to recognize and celebrate the exceptional class of 2023. As I think of the bright path ahead of you as the next generation of physician leaders, the words of Malcolm X come to mind. Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. You are those people to whom tomorrow belongs. You have prepared for it with the incredibly hard work you put into first getting here and then thriving here. For many of you, the getting here was the more daunting part of the two. Many of you are the first in your families to pursue higher education, and your paths were exceptionally challenging. People may have doubted or underestimated you, but you didn't doubt yourselves, or if you did, you overcame those doubts, and you persevered and you triumphed. Your class faced additional challenges during your years of medical school: a disruptive global pandemic, disturbing national events that shined a bright light on racism and inequities within our society, and an extraordinarily divided nation. But your inspiring grit, resilience, and passion have led to your success in medical school despite these challenges, and prove that you have what it takes to excel in your chosen profession amid a constantly evolving healthcare environment, triumphing over challenges and changing lives. I encourage you to bravely imagine new paths to health equity and a more just society, and take pride in the positive impact you will have on your patients, on your colleagues, your communities, and those who you will inspire to follow in your footsteps. I also want to laud this impressive graduating class for matching to some of the most prestigious institutions across the country, including the nearly quarter of the class who will be staying with us here at UC Davis Health. We're very pleased you've chosen to stay here with us. Congratulations to all of you for your extraordinary accomplishments, and to your families, both your given families and your chosen or made families, who supported you along the way. We are so grateful and proud that you are and will forever remain part of our UC Davis School of Medicine family. I will end with another quote, this one by Nelson Mandela. "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you were capable of living." I urge you to heed these words and go forth boldly in the world. Continue to live large and create the best lives you are capable of living, while continuing your work to create a more just and equitable society that will ensure that others may do so as well. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce the 2023 co-class president, Soumya Fike.
All right. Thank you all for being here. It is my absolute honor today to be introducing our student speaker. We know very few people for who the world stops to listen, and even fewer who have us hang on every word. In the class of 2023, we had our student speaker who led by example with compassion, empathy, and advocacy for her classmates and patients alike. She represents our historically incredibly diverse class seamlessly, and it is an honor and not at all a surprise that she speaks on our behalf to you all today. Please join me in welcoming our student speaker, Dr. Rebecca George.
Good morning. The summer before our induction ceremony, I wrote a poem. But don't worry, I'm only going to read the first line. It said, "The white coat is first an unrobing, a laying aside of what it has meant to be who you are." Now, 4 years later, we stand here in our robes, as our whole selves. From the outside, our robes all look alike. Blue for the academic scholar, green for the herbal folk medicine this tradition grew from. To wear these robes, to belong to this tradition, is an honor each one of us has undertaken with seriousness of mind, heart, and purpose. Yet from the inside, these robes could not be more different. What it means to each one of us to wear them, what it means for you, our families and communities that we wear them, the sacrifices that were made so that we could wear them, and what it will mean to go forward in our lives as a physician. All of these are deeply personal. These robes enclose everything we experienced while learning the science, art, and culture of practicing medicine, from the grinding pace of the preclinical years to passing our first and second medical licensing exams, from physicians who uplifted us and others who, whether they knew it or not, did the opposite, patients who became our unexpected mentors and changed our trajectories. We each faced that turning point of blindly signing our first contract, not knowing where it would take us, or for some, what specialty it would lead to. Through these crossroads, we faced our own internal crossroads as well. We confronted our fears and anxieties about our ability and our belonging. Amid exhaustion, we met the limits of our intellectual, emotional, and for some of us, vasovagal capacity. We saw the best and the worst of who we are and what medicine can do, forcing us to find an approach to medicine that will allow us to stay joyful and soulful in this important work, reaffirming who we came here to become. Through the myriad of unanticipated setbacks we each encountered, we dug deep to grow more boldly into ourselves. These robes include the efforts we've made to have whole lives outside of medicine. Things like learning to buy paper plates so that no one has to do the dishes, going on stupid little walks for our stupid mental health, and eating combinations of foods that would make a herd of starving goats think twice when we haven't gone grocery shopping in a long time. These highly questionable hacks aside, we've demanded from our lives the time to nurture hobbies across every discipline, travel to nearly every continent among us, nourish friendships to new depths, meet and fall in love with and commit to partners, become parents for children, fur babies, or plant babies, according to your preference, and learn the discipline to take out the trash at midnight after a swing shift if it is just trash day the next day. So these robes adorn our already rich lives, lives that by imperfect paths brought us all to this day. But although these paths are personal, we did not walk them alone. We have had one another, the fellow physicians we now share this stage with, the camaraderie and care that has come from undertaking this together cannot be overstated. We got one another to this day through countless hours of co-studying and Ankiing, through long walks, midnight phone calls, last-minute reminders, and all the ways we have ceaselessly shown up in both the notable and mundane moments. We believed in each other in ways we could not always believe in ourselves, and by watching one another, learned what we were indeed capable of. The friendships forged here are lifelong. We have had our fiercely supportive team here at UC Davis of coaches, staff, faculty, admins, psychologists, deans, and mentors, just to name a few. You gave us this opportunity by admitting us, You kept our medical school running through a pandemic. You have fulfilled your promise of supporting us in arriving to this incredible day. We cannot thank you enough. Most importantly, we have had all of you, our beloved families, partners, and friends. None of this would be possible without you. Each of you know what it took for your loved one, your doctor, to make it to this day. You held us in our disappointment. You encouraged us through fatigue and doubt. You listened to our frankly macabre stories from the hospital and taught us when enough was enough. You celebrated our wins. You fed us. You witnessed our transformation before we could recognize it in ourselves. You loved us into these robes today. For your patience and support through this process, we can only humbly kneel before you in boundless gratitude. Together, we passed through a pandemic that reshaped our lives on every level, transforming our education, homes, families, communities, and world. In this time, many of us faced significant transitions or lost loved ones, some to COVID-19. We endured through the death of our friend and colleague, Joshua Crane, who we wish was standing in these robes with us today, and the harrowing suicide of Dr. Jing Mai, who we wish we were joining as we ourselves enter residency. These losses have been profound. From them, we take the hard truth that there is no guarantee of achieving a future goal long sacrificed for, that we cannot postpone our lives. May the urgency of this truth penetrate every one of us. May it inspire us to stand here today with the courage to embrace being our whole selves, with all that we have seen and experienced, with all that we love and hope for, and with everything we have become from these last 4 years. For all of these reasons, the uniform colors of our robes belie the absolutely ecstatic rainbow of being that each of our lives inhabit, and that we must continue to insist that our lives inhabit as we go forward as physicians, no matter what comes our way. Standing in these robes today, we officially stand inside the tradition of medicine, a tradition we long sought to belong to and to change. By standing here, by claiming our whole selves here, medicine is changed. Now, our work is to continue doing this, to honor the diverse and important experiences of our own lives, our communities, and of our patients. For our patients, too, are whole people, and whole people need whole doctors. For all of you who have loved us into this day, please hold us accountable to what we have earned. Please hold us accountable to being our whole selves. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca, for those wonderful, gracious, compelling thoughts and reflections on the journey that brought you and your classmates to this stage today. So I'd now like to introduce and bring up our co-class presidents for the class of 2023, Samaya Fike and Ian Joseph.
Samia Fike. Just to correct you, Dr. Service, apologies. One second, y'all. All right. How you want to do this? Do this together? Okay. My name's Ian Joseph. This is my wonderful, esteemed colleague, Samia Fike, and it is our privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for the class of 2023. If you'll bear with me, this speaker has many accomplishments, such as being the founding medical director of the Transcultural Wellness Center, a two-time winner for the UC Davis Chancellor's Achievement Award for Diversity and Community. Our class knows him best as the person who coined the term, "Be the mic." And I feel like an anecdote I've shared personally with this person will really show who he truly is. And it's back to my first year. I was on the phone on the 4th floor. I was crying. We had several reasons to cry during first year. And I was on the phone with that man right there, Calvin Joseph. What's up, Dad? And I can't remember why, but I do remember this person walking by, seeing me crying, didn't stop his stride, just noticed me. And at the end of the day, I received an email from him. I'd never met him. I never shook his hand. I didn't even know how he found my email. But he asked how I was doing, if I needed anything, and exactly when he was available for a call. Right now, tomorrow afternoon, in a couple days. He recognized me as a student who was struggling and tried to find me support and made it a priority, even amid all the things he has going on. That is who Dr. Hendry Tan is. He's here for us. So please join us in welcoming our phenomenal speaker and friend, Dr. Hendry Tan.
Thank you, Samia and Ian, for that wonderful and heartfelt introduction. And thank you, graduates, for choosing me to have the honor of being your keynote speaker. I want to start by congratulating you and your family on this important day. And I also want to thank our staff, our residents, our faculty, and our deans have worked hard to prepare you for this day. Now, those who know me know that I love stories, as most physicians do. Stories instill meaning in our lives, meaning of what was, what is, and what will be. So I'll start by sharing a medical school story, which seems to me just a blink of an eye in the past. Well, in a blink of an eye, you'll be where I am today, with opportunities to share your stories of medical school. What stories will you tell? It's precious how time can peel away the extraneous and leaves behind the story that shapes your life or frames your hope. When I was a third-year medical student, I cared for a 16-year-old girl who arrived comatose in the PEDS ICU after an overdose. Her parents had not seen her in months, were distraught, not only by her current condition, but also by years of conflict with her. They had almost given hope, and yet fate gave them another chance, there in the ICU. Each day before ending my work, I circled back to them. The silence interrupted only by the beeping of the monitors. But these soon gave way to heartfelt family stories, Stories that gradually evolved from that of anger to guilt, from guilt to tenderness and love. And as she regained consciousness, my patient talked about her anger and her depression that prompted her suicide attempt, and of the shame that she felt that she had brought onto her family. I worked with the family and my attending to help bring some healing through those shared stories of the good times and the longing that they felt for those times. And with that healing, the three were determined to take the next step in treatment together. My attending took me aside and provided positive feedback for my effort. And when she said, "I'm giving you an honors grade, Hendry," I was walking on air. Honors grade is like A+. Several weeks later, I received my grade and the comments. Hendry gave a solid performance in his pediatrics rotation and was well liked by the team. Grade? Pass. That's kind of like an F for medical students, right? Yeah. I was crushed. But I came to realize something that remains true to this day. You see, it's often in these quiet, intimate spaces where the healing takes place, with few, if any, witnesses, and like a tree that falls in the woods, with no one around to hear, its sound and its impact is nevertheless thunderous. So as you continue on your training, please don't hesitate to work in these hidden spaces. You may not always get the credit for the effort in these spaces, but your impact will nevertheless be profound. On my first day of internship, the program director welcomed us. And he said, "You now know less than you did as a medical student. Yet more will be asked of you because of the MD next to your name." I felt a cold sweat run down my back. Are you feeling it? You feeling it? And I looked around, and the wide-eyed looks of my fellow interns' faces confirmed it. He was right. It had been half a year since my last acting internship in medical school, when I was at the peak of my medical knowledge. But he softened as he kindly reassured us, "But you will grow into it because you are now learning not for an exam, not for an evaluation, but solely for your patient." Like me, you might feel like an imposter on your first day of internship, that you might not be up to that challenge, but I know you will learn. I know you will grow, and you will meet the challenge of being a doctor because you're smart, because you're strong, and because you are well prepared. And don't let anybody make you believe otherwise. But most importantly, your growth will be inspired by the trust that your patients place in you as their doctor. I'm just a medical student. I'll go get the doctor. Yeah? That's not going to apply anymore. The challenges of our work should always keep us humble, but allow this trust to wash away any doubt about your place as a doctor at your patient's bedside. You belong there, and you will rise to the occasion. I remember getting a call from the nursing station in the middle of the night as an intern. "Dr. Tan, your patient's IV infiltrated, and our best nurse can't get in the IV." And I responded, "So what typically happens in this scenario?" The nurse says, "You put in the IV." Now, I had put in a total of 3 or 4 IVs by this time. So I call my resident, And I explained the situation, hoping that she too would see how absurd this situation request was. And she asked me, "Where are you, Hendry?" I said, I'm still in the call room. And she said, "Hendry, does this patient need an IV?" Yes. "Hendry, she's your patient. You need to try. You need to try to get it in. You're her doctor." She was right. She was right. And as I walked down that long hallway, reviewing my technique and developing contingencies in case I would fail, the buck stopped at me, and I would do my best. I successfully placed that IV. It just lasted 4 hours, but 4 hours was all it took for the day shift nurse to come. And that day shift nurse was really the best person. So she placed in the fresh IV. The responsibility for another person's life and well-being, as weighty as it is, this will be the source of your strength and your conviction during these challenging times. It will be your compass as you navigate the barriers through your patient's health. And it will be the catalyst for your ongoing transformation as a healer. And as doctors, your voices will carry more weight than ever in public spaces, in community places. We now know that the biggest impacts on our patients' health happen outside the walls of our clinics and hospital. It is the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, the poverty that we experience, the violence, racism, and discrimination that is embedded in our country's history and structure that leaves their mark on all of us, including our patients as they make their way to our doors. And because of these injustices, some don't make it to our doors. If you had the opportunity to change that, would you? Yeah, I know you would. My friends, the evidence is here. The opportunity is now. Speak out for health equity. Call out injustice in all its forms, and call in those around you. We remember that in the wake of injustice, the silence of bystanders injures just as much. Your voices will carry, but don't drown out the voices of the communities that need to be heard. Amplify them. Don't take the mic. Be the mic. As you pursue justice, as you pursue equity, as you seek out healing, you will inevitably meet people that disagree with you. People that you strongly disagree with. But please, don't let that turn to hate. Don't use your power and your station to shame, to belittle, or to deceive. You're physicians now, and at the core of who we are is our commitment to be trustworthy, to honor the humanity in all others. You've been through a lot during your time in medical school. In addition to drinking from the fire hydrant of knowledge, you worked and learned through the conditions of the COVID pandemic that took nearly 7 million lives. Many of us here feared for the health and safety of our loved ones. Many of us saw those fears come true. But in that fear, in that confrontation, we realized how precious life and love really are. Every day, savor the moments you have with those around you. Live your life as if it were your last day, but live it knowing that your loved ones will continue to live it tomorrow. Help create a better world for the future generations. And as you endeavor to make the world better, remember to take time for yourselves and your loved ones. Seek joy. Find and sustain love. Paddle that river. Dance and sing, however that may look like in your community. Because in the larger scheme of things, the time that you take for yourselves is not time taken away from your patients. Feed yourself love. Feed yourself compassion. And you will freely radiate love and compassion to those around you. Congratulations, my friends, on this important day. We are so proud, so honored that you're joining us in this community of healers. Thank you. I'd like now to invite Associate Dean for Students, Sharad Jain, to take the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Tan. It is truly an honor to be here today to celebrate our students, no, I mean our physicians. There are two major awards presented to medical students at the end of 4 years of medical school. Descriptions of each award can be read in your program. I am pleased to present the School of Medicine Medal. It is presented to the student who best displays the qualities of leadership, scholarship, and respect for human life, which are so necessary to fulfill a physician's pledge to be of service to humanity. It is my privilege to present the School of Medicine Medal to this year's outstanding scholar, Lamia Chowdhury. Congratulations, Lamia. You come forward to receive your award. I would now like to honor a special member of the class of 2023, Joshua Crane, who lost his life during an accident on the American River in July 2022 when he attempted to help his fellow students. Josh grew up in Chico, served as a Navy medic, and completed his undergraduate studies at California State University at Chico before starting medical school at UC Davis. Josh experienced many of the usual challenges faced by incoming students, but through hard work and perseverance, he overcame them and ultimately developed a strong sense of purpose that provided grounding for his medical school journey. Josh was a hero, not only in the way he died, but more importantly, in the way he lived. He was kind, generous, thoughtful, smart, and very funny. And he was fully committed to a life of service. Throughout his time in medical school, Josh constantly sought out experiences to help, to support, to learn. Josh volunteered at our county clinic to provide care to patients without insurance. During COVID, he drove around Sacramento to assist those who were unhoused, often bringing patients to appointments in his truck. He assisted refugees who were resettling this country, providing support at a particularly challenging time in their lives. In his residency personal statement, Josh wrote about his motivations and goals, and I quote, "I deeply desire to serve our most marginalized communities, both in the US and abroad. In medical school, I've begun the critical training needed for that career. But I think more importantly, throughout school, I've been regularly confronted by the needs in our communities for more care. Homelessness, mental health, addiction to opiates and methamphetamines, lifestyle issues like obesity, diabetes, depression, and inequalities. I'm hoping to learn more and possibly take my next step toward a career of relationship with these populations at an internal medicine residency program that is committed to social justice and underserved patient care." Those are powerful words from a man committed to serving his community. Josh touched many people here today, including me. He had a unique gift to be able to connect with others seamlessly, to be present, to listen, to learn, to make sure others were heard. His generosity of spirit was widely known and admired by our entire community. And he lived his life to his fullest, whether he was playing a new song on the guitar with a friend, winning a bodybuilding competition, working on a treehouse for his nephews, or describing a patient interaction that he found particularly moving. As one of Josh's classmates said, quote, "Josh had many muscles, but the strongest one was his heart." I couldn't agree more. All of us in the School of Medicine miss him dearly and wish to honor his legacy together with his family who are here together today. I am pleased to announce that Joshua Crane was selected by his peers to receive the Class of 2023 Golden Goblet Award. This award is particularly special because it's determined by secret balloting of the class members for the classmate who most consistently demonstrates joy and commitment in their personal and professional lives. The Golden Goblet Award symbolizes the best of UC Davis School of Medicine and highlights our commitments to teach physicians the importance of excellence. This award will be presented by Josh's coach, Dr. Shubha Ananthakrishnan. Congratulations, Josh. The School of Medicine would also like to confer the Doctor of Medicine degree on Joshua Crane, and we would like to ask his grandmother Terry, his sister Jessica, and his nephew Lane and Levi to join us on stage to accept Josh's award and his degree. Thank you for helping us honor our friend and colleague, Dr. Joshua Crane, UC Davis School of Medicine, Class of 2023.
So, on behalf of the Academic Senate faculty within the School of Medicine, I hereby recommend to Chancellor May and Interim Dean Murin awarding the Doctor of Medicine to those students who have completed all the degree requirements.
The degrees conferred by the University of California attest to scholastic achievement, the traditional result of the university's fulfillment of its primary duty. In our ceremony this morning, the degree of Doctor of Medicine will be presented to 109 students. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine please rise? Chancellor May, I present to you this talented group of candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University, I confer upon the medical graduates the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Graduates, you may now be seated. We will now move on to giving out the diplomas. Dr. Henry Tan, Associate Vice Chancellor for Health, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, will be hooding the first half of the students. And Dr. Mark Henderson, Associate Dean of Admissions, will announce the names of the new doctors of medicine.
The following candidates will be receiving their degree of Doctor of Medicine. Dr. Alexa Christine Abdullah. Dr. Zina Mohammed Ahmed. Dr. Kayla Elizabeth Alexander. Dr. Darshana Anigol. Dr. Kimberly Monique Augustine. Dr. Sukaran Singh Aluk. Dr. Adam Bacon. Dr. Sayri Bay. Dr. Usama Bucker. Dr. Sasha Nalini Beecham Kelly. Dr. Joseph Bisolio. Dr. Michaela Booker. Dr. Jenny Raylyn Kaluuya. Dr. Joshua Alexander Campista. Dr. Ibis Casillas. Dr. Astrid Eileen Castro Olmedo. Dr. Karmtej Singh Chima. Dr. Joy Chen. Dr. Morgan Lloyd Chen Hale. Dr. Lamya Sayara Chowdhury. Dr. Thomas S. Chow. Dr. Brendan Ian Cohn-Sheehy. Dr. Brandon Devon Coleman. Dr. Veronica Maxwell Davis Gurma. Dr. Brianne Elise Durrett. Do- Dr. Emily Kelly Dooley. Dr. Omar Escobedo. Dr. Caitlin Jade Esparza. Dr. Omar Farag Ezubi. Dr. Samia Fike. Dr. Layla S. Farshidpour. Dr. Brandon Fennell. Dr. Manuel Alejandro Fierro. Dr. Mackenzie Nicole Huguet Franceschi. Dr. Karina Franco. Dr. Arman Singh Gariwal. Dr. Arturo Garzon. Dr. Rebecca George. Dr. Cassandra Marie Gilbert. Dr. Sonia Gill. Dr. Spencer D. Gillis. Dr. Julia Mai Gupil. Dr. Anita Gunasilan. Dr. Gloria Ha Young Han. Dr. Ronald Jerry Hart. Dr. Abdisalam Yusuf Hassan. Dr. Joel Hernandez. Thank you. Dr. Caitlin Lauren Honeychurch. Dr. Ian Theophilus Joseph. Dr. Morgan Blair Jude. Dr. Chandani Kapoor. Dr. Irina Petrovna Karaschuk. And now, Dr. Sharad Jain, who you met earlier, our Associate Dean of Students, will hood the remaining students. And Dr. Ruth Jim, Associate Dean of Diverse Inclusive Education, will be announcing the remaining names of the new doctors of medicine.
Dr. Sarah Rose Cardos. Dr. Sarush Kazemi. Dr. Dwayne Kim. Dr. Christopher Wallermar Lamb. Dr. Brian David Lawton. Dr. Timothy Young Lee. Dr. Jacqueline Annette Leon. Dr. Jan Michael LaRoe. Dr. Erica Yi Lin. Dr. Joshua David Lin. Dr. Meg Maeda. Dr. Afreen Aisha Mahmood. Dr. Darian Nitin Mungu. Dr. Neha Sunil Monikar. Dr. Angelica Carolina Martin. Dr. Adriana Martinez. Dr. Kayla Gracie Hamill Gurley Meadows. Dr. Erica Milady Monash. Dr. Charity Karangari Murata. Dr. Ida Nasarisha. Dr. Ashley Mai Hong No. Dr. Angela Huang Nguyen. Dr. Michael Nguyen. Dr. Carly Ann Nivens. Dr. Anna Christine Nordquist. Dr. Allison Su-Ying Ong. Dr. Paramjot Singh Panasur. Dr. Bobby Patel. Dr. Sonia S. Puri. Dr. Janani Ramesh. Dr. Jeffrey Rivelria. Dr. Zuleika M. Rodriguez Hernandez. Dr. Cameron Sean Sarhadi. Dr. Asia Sharice Mustafa Satchel. Dr. Harveen Kaur Sekhan. Dr. Mustafa Namir Shakir. Dr. Michael Tan Sharp. Dr. Thomas Shen. Dr. Azarine Shoji. Dr. Ashley Lauren Bauman Smith. Dr. Jordan Smith. Dr. Joshua Stephenson. Dr. Shivam Sathya Swami. Dr. Amy Tan. Dr. Arcadia Rochelle Taylor. Dr. Gerardo Antonio Tejas. Dr. Eric C. Tarikas. Dr. Savannah Rosella Thompson. Dr. Melissa A. Tolland. Dr. Shireen Torres. Dr. Angie Tron. Dr. Benjamin Chikuma Vincent. Dr. Carter Robinson White. Dr. Andrew Young. Dr. Sonia Miriam Youssef. And Dr. Deron Yang Yu.
Hello again. I'm Dr. Mark Henderson, and I will have the pleasure and honor of leading the new graduates in the recitation of the UC Davis Physician Oath. Before I do so, however, we will have several of them from the class come to the podium to recite the oath, the first line of the oath, in the languages represented amongst this amazing group and their families.
In Spanish, en español. Sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se pudo, sí se pudo. Ok, ahora sí en serio. Habiendo sido aceptado en la alta vocación de médico, me comprometo solemnemente a consagrar mi vida al cuidado de los enfermos, a la promoción de la salud y al servicio de la humanidad. Gracias.
In French, au moment d'être admise à exercer la noble vocation de la médecine, je promets et je jure de consacrer ma vie à prendre soin des malades, promouvoir la santé et servir l'humanité.
In فارسی درود بر خانواده‌های فارسی زبان عزیز. همکنون که حرفه پزشکی را برای خود اختیار می کنم، رسما متعهد می شوم که جان خود را وقف مراقبت از بیماران، ارتقاء سلامتی و خدمت به بشریت کنم.
This is Chimai Obachan in Japanese. 医師としての転職の道が開かれ、私はここに病気の人々を気遣い、健康増進と人類への奉仕に私の人生を捧げることを厳粛に誓います。
In Korean. 이제 의사로서의 높은 소명을 받아들여 나의 삶을 아픈 이들을 보살피고 건강 증진과 인류 봉사에 바칠 것을 엄숙히 맹세합니다. Thank you.
In Urdu, अब जब कि मैं मुक़द्दस शोबा तिब में दाखिल होने जा रही हूँ, मैं अहद करती हूँ कि मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी को बीमारों की देखभाल, इंसानी सेहत को तरजीह देने और तमाम तर इंसानियत की खिदमत करने में सर्व कर दूँगी.
In Punjabi, ਹੁਣ ਡਾਕਟਰੀ ਦੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਮੁਕਾਮ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਿਮਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਦੇਖਭਾਲ, ਸਿਹਤ ਦੀ ਤਰੱਕੀ ਅਤੇ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਸਮਰਪਿਤ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ.
Namaste everybody in Gujarati. Have chiki sana uch college ma rakar tarvati hum mimaruni sampar aru kina prachar ane manavtai seva mati maru jivan samutpit karvanu sankalp karuchu. Thank you.
In Mandarin Chinese, 我接受医生的崇高使命，我郑重承诺将奉献我的一生去照顾病人，促进健康，服务人类。
In Cantonese Chinese, 而家我哋接受醫師嘅崇高使命，我哋鄭重承諾將奉獻我哋嘅生命去照顧病人，促進健康，服務人群。
In Bangla, এই মুহূর্তে একজন ডাক্তার হিসাবে ভর্তি হওয়ার পর আমি সমর্পণ করছি যে আমি আমার জীবনকে রোগীদের যত্ন নেওয়া, স্বাস্থ্যের উন্নয়ন করা এবং মানবতার সেবায় উৎসাহিত করব. Thank you.
In Ukrainian, Тепер, будучи прийнятою до високого покликання лікаря, я урочисто обіцяю присвятити своє життя догляду за хворими, зміцненню здоров'я та служінню людству.
In हिंदी, चिकित्सक के आह्वान में मैं प्रतिज्ञा करती हूँ कि मैं आजीवन बीमारों या रोगियों की देखभाल तथा स्वास्थ्य की प्रतिज्ञा सजग रहने के लिए प्रोत्साहन करती रहूँगी और मानवता की सेवा के लिए समर्पित रहूँगी. Thank you.
In Amharic, Ba Marinya. Ahun wada kafetenya yahikimina balamoya sirasagaba. Hioten yaso lij dena al galgalot. Masfafat ina latama musawach in kibikabe la madrag gal agabalo.
In Arabic, الآن بعد أن تم قبولي للنداء العالي الطب أتأحد رسمياً بتكريس حياتي لرعاية المرضى وتعزيز الصحة وخدمة الإنسانية.
In Swahili, kwa kukubaliwa kwenye wito wa juu wa daktari, nina ahadi kujitolea maisha yangu kwa utunzaji wa wagonjwa, ukuzaji wa afya na utumikiaji wa binadamu.
In Tamil, ஒரு புதிய மருத்துவராக அனுமதிக்கப்பட்டுள்ள நான் நோயுற்றவர்களை கவனிப்பது, நல்ல ஆரோக்கியத்தை மேம்படுத்துவது, மனித குலத்திற்கு சேவை செய்வது போன்றவற்றில் என் வாழ்க்கையை அர்ப்பணிப்பேன் என்று உறுதி அளிக்கிறேன்.
In Vietnamese, ngay lúc này đây, theo tiếng gọi cao cả của nghề bác sĩ, tôi xin tuyên thệ sẽ cống hiến cuộc đời mình để chăm sóc người bệnh, nâng cao sức khỏe người dân và tận tâm phục vụ nhân loại. Thank you.
In Khmer, ឥឡូវនេះដោយខ្ញុំត្រូវបានចោឬទទួលស្គាល់ជាវចៈបន្តិចខ្ញុំសូមសច្ចាថានឹងប្រើប្រាស់ជីវិតរបស់ខ្ញុំសម្រាប់មើលទទួលញជំងឺជំរុញការទទួលសុខភាពនិងបន្តសេវាដល់សហគមន៍
Amazing, right? Amazing. So, to administer the oath, which can be found on page 21 of your program, I'm going to face the new doctors. As they may recall, I think I met most of them before they started medical school on their interview day. So for me, it's a great honor to now administer this oath, which is a very solemn, serious oath before we send you into the world of residency and beyond. So please stand. I would invite other physicians in the audience who would like to recite the oath with us to also stand if you'd like. And when you're ready, you may repeat after me. I will practice, excuse me, let's start off with the I'm going to start with the first line again. Now being admitted, this is the English version, now being admitted to the high calling of the physician, I solemnly pledge to consecrate my life to care of the sick, promotion of health, and the service of humanity. I will practice medicine with conscience and in truth. The health and dignity of my patients will be my first concern. I will hold in confidence all my patients relate to me. I will not permit considerations, including those based on race, ethnicity, gender, age, sexual orientation, religious or political beliefs, or any of the other differences among people that have been excuses for misunderstanding, dissension, or hatred, to influence my duty to care for those in need of my service. I will respect the moral right of patients to participate fully in the medical decisions that affect them. I will assist my patients to make choices that coincide with their own values and beliefs. I will try to increase my competence constantly and respect those who teach and those who broaden our knowledge by research. I will try to prevent as well as cure disease. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Doctors, please move the tassels on your caps from left to right. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Well, this concludes the 52nd commencement ceremony for the UC Davis School of Medicine. To end our ceremony today, I would like our new physicians to stand and face their families and loved ones. You graduates at this moment are the fulfillment of dreams and aspirations. I invite you to again thank parents, husbands, wives, partners, significant others, relatives, and friends who made this all possible with your applause. And now, everyone, please join me in congratulating our graduates a final time with a round of applause. So, my Apple Watch told me that was too loud. Please remain seated. We'll have you seat. And until the academic recessional has fully exited the hall.